Hello Year 6, welcome to your maths video for Thursday. Well done yesterday in your work, you were absolutely brilliant. I loved seeing all of your pictures on the email, you're really impressing me. So today we are moving on to page 29 and our learning question is, can I solve measure problems? So we're continuing a little bit with some similar stuff to what we were doing yesterday. Okay, so before we get started, I have got a couple of reminders on the board for you because you're going to need these today. So 1,000 grams equals 1 kilogram and 1,000 millilitres equals 1 litre. Don't worry about the millilitres one for now. We just need to worry about this one for the first question. So 1,000 grams equals 1 kilogram. You can jot that down if you want to or try your best to remember it. So before we move on to the work in our book today, I want you to have a go at these. This is just a little starter just to get us warmed up before we move on to our work in our book. So I've popped a reminder up at the top that 1,000 grams equals 1 kilogram. I want you to just first have a go at these top four. Just get rid of those bottom two for a minute because they are a bit of a challenge. Okay, so I just want you to have a go at these top four first. Remember, if you're going from grams to kilograms, you need to divide by 1,000. And if you're going from kilograms to grams, you need to multiply by 1,000. Okay, remember to use that reminder at the top if you need it to help you. Okay, so you might want to pause the video now, jot down those weights, and then have a go at converting them. And then when you're ready, when you've got an answer for each one, come back, press play, and we'll go through them together and you can see if you got them right. Okay, so hopefully you have all had a good go at those then. Let's have a look together. So 266 grams to kilograms. So we are dividing it by 1,000. So that one would be 0.266, wouldn't it? Yeah? Okay. This one then, we're going from kilograms to grams. So we are multiplying this one by 1,000. So if we multiply 0.8 by 10, it would be 8. By 100, it would be 80. By 1,000, it would be 800 grams. Okay? This one then, 6.371, we are going from kilograms to grams, so we are multiplying again. And remember, if you're multiplying, the number's got to get bigger, hasn't it? So the decimal would move to after the 1, but we know that 6,371.0, that 0.0 doesn't mean anything, it's worthless, so we don't need it. The answer can just be 6,371. Okay, and then the last one then, 700 grams to kilograms. We are dividing by 1,000, aren't we? And if we've got a 0 on the end, dividing it by 10, we get rid of that 0. Divide it by 100, we get rid of that 0. Dividing it by 1,000, then the decimal would go before the 7. So it'd be 0.7 kilograms. Okay? Well done if you managed to get some of those right. Don't worry if you didn't, we can keep practicing, but well done for having a go. Now, under here then, I have got a couple of challenges for us to have a look at together. So, this first one is 8 kilograms and 90 grams. Okay, now if 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams, then I know that 8 kilograms is 8,000 grams. And then I just need to add this 90 on because this 90 is already in grams, isn't it? So I haven't got to change that. So your answer for this one then would just be 8,090 grams. Okay? This last one then, very similar. We've got 7 kilograms and 3 grams. Again, I know that 7 kilograms is 7,000 grams, and then I just need to add that 3 on. So your answer would be 7,003. Okay? Well done for having a good go at those. So now you should be able to pause the video and do question 1. Okay? I'll do that first and then I'll go over question 2 in a minute with you as well. Okay. Question 2 then. You have got some problems to solve. I'll go through each one because each one requires some different maths. I'll go through, we'll find the keywords together and then you can have a go by yourself. So I'm going to get a highlighter ready. You don't have to have a highlighter. If you've got one, then great, but you could just underline or circle if you want to. Okay, let's have a look then. So this one says 125 litres of milk are delivered by a dairy on 6 days each week. I'm going to highlight my keywords as I go. So 125 litres is going to be key, isn't it? On 6 days a week. On the 7th day, 105 litres are delivered. Okay. Work out the total amount of milk in litres delivered each week. Okay, so I've highlighted all of my keywords. So all you need to do for this one, I mean, you might already have figured it out. If you have, then brilliant, you can crack on with it. If you haven't, then you need to do 125 times 6, and you can do your short multiplication method for that, can't you? So you do that on a piece of paper somewhere, or you could use your purple book. So 125 times 6, and that will tell you how much milk is delivered on those 6 days. But then we need to add on this 105, don't we? Because we know that total means adding. We need to add it together. So do 125 times 6, add on the 105, and that will give you the total amount. Okay? On B then, I've put a little reminder at the top of B, so 1,000 millilitres equals 1 litre, just in case you have forgotten. So it says a hockey club has 550 litres of soup for spectators. 1 cup of soup is 500 millilitres. How many fans can have a cup of soup? Now you might notice that it doesn't say how many fans can have a cup of soup in litres or in millilitres, so it's up to you. But you are going to have to do a little bit of converting for this one. So you're going to have to either convert 550 litres to millilitres or 500 millilitres to litres. It's up to you. If I was you, I would change this one to litres. So you need to do 500 millilitres divided by 1,000 to get how many litres. Then you need to see how many of that you can fit into 550. And that will tell you how many cups you can get out of that soup. Okay? C then says a full bucket holds 7.5 litres and a full jug holds 1.5 litres. How many jugs will fill 1 bucket? Okay, so that's my key information, and they've just tried to confuse you here by putting the fraction in. So if I've got 7.5 litres here, I know that 7.5 and a half are the same. So 1.5 litres just means 1.5 litres. Yeah? So all you need to do now is figure out how many times 1.5 fits into 7.5. But I've missed a little bit of key information here. Oh, second. That it says how many full jugs. Full. Okay? So 1.5 probably isn't going to fit into 7.5 perfectly. You're probably going to have a decimal number. Okay? So, say for example your answer was 9.5. It's not going to be, but I've just made that up. So if your answer was 9.5, then that would be 9 full jugs. That 0.5 would be left over. It's like your remainder almost, because that wouldn't be a full jug. Okay, so just remember that they're asking for full jugs. Bear that in mind when you're working out your answer. Okay, on D then, it says Marco takes 3 minutes and 20 seconds to drive around a racetrack. How many laps can he do in 1 hour? So if he takes 3 minutes and 20 seconds to do 1 lap, how many laps can he do in 1 hour? Okay, so I've popped you another reminder up at the top. I know most of you already know that, but just in case you've forgotten, that 60 minutes equals 1 hour. Okay, so this is equal, oh, hang on a second. This is equal to 60 minutes, isn't it? Okay, so if that's equal to 60 minutes, you need to figure out how many times 3 minutes and 20 seconds fits into 60 minutes. Okay, it's completely up to you how you want to do that. You could divide it if you want to, but I'm going to leave that one up to you because I think you will be able to figure it out. Okay? Your next question then, question 3, is about volume. So it's the volume of cubes. Okay, so I've popped a reminder on the board for you. The volume of cube with side lengths S, so when they've been labelled S, all you need to do is do S times S times S, and that will give you the volume. Okay, so if one side of a cube is 3 centimetres, so for example, if this one is 3 centimetres, then I know this one is 3 centimetres and this one is 3 centimetres, because we know that a cube has got equal length sides, hasn't it? They're always the same length. That's what makes it a cube. Okay, so to work out the volume then, all I need to do is this one times this one times this one. So 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, so 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27. So the volume of this cube would be 27 centimetres cubed. Okay, so on question 3, if for example you've got a side that is 12 centimetres like in A, then you need to do 12 times 12 and then times your answer by 12. Okay, so some of them you might have to do some working out, some you might not. Okay, the last question then, question 4. Again, I've put a reminder on the board for you. You might want to pause the video and jot those down, or you might already know them. So question 4A says a journey takes 2 days and 3 hours. How many hours is this? So we know that 1 day is 24 hours. So you need to multiply that by 2 and then add those other 3 hours on. B says Holly's birthday is in exactly 9 weeks. How many hours is this? So if we know there's 24 hours in 1 day and there's 7 days in a week, then you need to do 24 times 7 and that will tell you how many hours are in 1 week. Then you need to multiply it by 9 to find out how many hours are in 9 weeks. The last one then says a film is 1 hour 12 minutes long. How long is it in seconds? So, first of all, you need to figure out how many seconds are in an hour. So if there's 60 seconds in a minute and then there's 60 minutes in an hour, use that to help you work that out. Then you need to work out how many seconds are in 12 minutes. Okay, so once you've figured out, well, you know that there's 60 seconds in 1 minute. So if you multiply that by 12, remember just take the 0 off and add it back on after. You should be able to work that out and add them together at the end. Okay, I know there's some tricky work on this page, but I know you can all do it. I want to make sure I am challenging you at home. So try your best, make sure you email me your pictures. I love seeing your brilliant maths work, and I will see you tomorrow.